Lori here from 40 Below Fruity, and today I need to talk about a topic. This is going to be a bit of a rant because I am so passionate about this and I am so incredibly frustrated. What has happened to the raw food movement? The low-fat, high-carbohydrate, raw food lifestyle, the raw food movement. I really feel like it's dead now. And I try to promote to you guys the idea of optimal health. For me, that is 100% raw or very close to it. There's still things I include in my diet, the odd time like maple syrup or coconut sugar or something like that. But I don't really see it as that big of a deal because it doesn't interfere with me feeling so incredibly fantastic on the raw food diet. And I get kind of stuck because I want to promote to you the best lifestyle that I believe is possible so that you can feel the best health. But at the same time, I know that a lot of you cannot be 100% raw or don't want to. So I'm so stuck because I don't want to promote high-fat raw. But I also don't want to promote cooked starches. And I feel like, I just said to Freely, I was talking to her earlier, that I feel like I'm floating in a sea of avocados and potatoes, and it's like, you have to choose high-fat raw or high-carb cooked, and there's no middle ground. And it's like, I just don't feel that either of those lifestyles are optimal. And I always want to promote to you what I feel is optimal and what science has said is optimal. But at the same time, I want to be able to provide a backup plan. And I know in my heart, I have eaten and lived the raw food lifestyle in terms of high fat. And I know if I had to choose, if I was in an absolute dire situation where it was like 8 avocados a day or 5 avocados a day or 5 potatoes a day, I wouldn't want to choose either. Why would I want to feel like slightly crappy as opposed to more crappy? It just doesn't seem like a viable option for my lifestyle. But I do know that one of them is better for the animals. And that's what this whole message is about. And yeah, there's not a lot of people in this raw food lifestyle, this raw food movement, who give a shit about the animals. Actually, most people don't. And I always want to promote a vegan lifestyle above all else because what is better for the animals is better for our planet and ultimately better for us. And the one option out of high-fat raw or high-carb cooked, one of them is way better for the animals. I can tell you it's not high-fat raw because every single person who eats a high-fat raw diet all of a sudden says, the raw diet didn't work for me. Meanwhile, it was the fact that they're eating so much fat that it wreaked havoc on their body. And they always go back to the paleo, primal, eating dead animals bullshit and then spout it to the world. Raw food doesn't work, it doesn't work. And that's total bullshit. Whereas the high-carb cooked lifestyle helps the animals because it keeps people carved up, keeps people happy, and slightly healthier. At the same time, grains definitely do damage your body. And even eating a raw grain like I was for 6 months, as soon as people started coming out with different lifestyles, and it made me question the raw lifestyle a little bit. And I wish it hadn't, but it's human nature that as soon as someone starts doing something differently, we go, why is that working for them? Well, what are they eating? Well, maybe it'll work for me. And then you try it and you're like, well, that didn't work. What the hell? And that's how I feel. So I've tried it. I've tried cooked foods in the past, and I know it does not make me feel great. And so I hesitate suggesting that you should eat that way because I don't want to promote a lifestyle that doesn't make you feel fantastic. So, whew, it is quite the dilemma, I have to say, and I am going to stay true to myself. I'm going to stay true to the high fruit, high vibe lifestyle because that's what I believe is optimal. As a backup plan, I don't suggest you eat multiple avocados in a day. I've just seen what problems it can cause. It is not worth it. And it makes you feel like crap. It takes you away from exercising, and I just don't feel like it's optimal. If you had to, if you were in a dire situation and you needed a backup plan, I suggest dried fruit, to be honest. I love it, and I think it's a great backup plan. But aside from that, if you had to, you can eat plain potatoes, and I feel like those are maybe less harmful to your body than 5 avocados a day, but I still don't feel that either are optimal. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like I have to choose sides, but I guess I don't have to choose sides. I just have to be, I guess, the last one in the raw food movement who promotes a high-calorie, high-carb raw food lifestyle with no alternative. It's so bizarre because there used to be a multitude of people in this lifestyle who were promoting it and living it and feeling it, breathing it, eating it, but they don't exist anymore. So all of a sudden I feel stranded and I'm like, wait, now I have no one to look up to. So I have to try to, I don't know, lead or give advice to people who I just want to make sure that I'm giving the right advice. And I know when I'm giving the advice of eating a high fruit, raw food lifestyle with tons of veggies and, half an avocado a day, keeping it around between 5 to 10% fat, that's what works best for me, and I've seen it work best for countless others. It's like a situation where people say to you, well, what if you were stranded on a desert island and all you had to eat was a pig beside you? Those kind of situations aren't likely to come up in your life, so I feel like sometimes you don't have to choose the lesser of two evils. You can choose one of those options if you ever get into a situation where it's dire, like when I was in a tsunami a few years back and there was only a vegan energy bar. I wasn't not going to eat it and starve and not be able to get out of it properly just because it maybe had some like gluten-free oats or something in it, or some sort of cooked item. So I guess you have to decide what is your backup plan and how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel incredible? Do you just want to be lean? Like, what are your goals? Because I lived in my body feeling like shit for so long that I feel I owe it to myself now to feel so incredible all the time. And that's, I guess, what this is all about. I just feel like I had to say it because there's so much confusion in this movement based on emotions, and it's not necessarily based on science or what you should be eating for actual health, but rather people get their egos involved and they say, well, I think it's this and I think this is better. And I think that doesn't matter what people say, and you shouldn't. I really truly believe that you should not just follow someone blindly because they're your online guru, because we're all just learning and growing, and none of us know 100% truly, because we haven't been studied with this lifestyle. So live your truth and eat the way that you know that makes you feel good, irregardless if that's not the way your guru is eating. Don't fall into the trap of just following someone because you like them. It doesn't lead you to health, and usually at the end it leaves you feeling confused and not sure what to do with your lifestyle. So this rant has gone on too long, but I hope I was able to get across some of these ideas, and I hope it's able to help some of you. If you like this video, press the like button down below and subscribe to my channel, and I'm happy to talk about these types of subjects more in the future, because I think the low-fat raw vegan movement is dead. And it saddens me because I feel it has such potential to help our bodies and to help the animals and to help the planet. And I hope we can revive it with people who care about the animals, want to eat an optimal diet that makes them feel so friggin' fantastic, and who want to make the environment a better place to live in for all creatures. That's truly what I want. That's my vision. I'm going to keep promoting it. I don't care whose egos are involved. So I'll see you guys next time.